They didn't just get rejected on Shark Tank, they got humiliated. Judges laughed, millions watched, memes followed, their ideas were mocked, their confidence was crushed. And on national TV they were told, this will never work. But the real twist is that some of those founders didn't quit, they kept building. And today, many of them run profitable companies. This is a story of ego, rejection, and what revenge success really looks like. Let's begin with a single line that turned a founder into a meme. What are you even doing, man? That single line from a Grover changed everything. In seconds, Sippline stopped being a startup pitch and became internet comedy. Rohit Warrior walked into Shark Tank with a simple pandemic-born idea. A mask that let people drink without removing it. But the sharks didn't just challenge the idea, they laughed. And what followed wasn't just rejection, but also humiliation. He was a serial entrepreneur with past exits. Yet within minutes, sharks walked out one by one. But the story didn't end there. He launched new products, owned the jokes, turned criticism into visibility. And when Sippline clearly couldn't scale, he made the hardest call. He pivoted. Today, he is building Recode, a recruitment tech startup to automate and simplify hiring. Sippline shows us what public humiliation looks like. But what comes next proves that rejection isn't the end. And that brings us to Recode, a brand judged before it was even heard. It was a makeup brand, and that alone worked against them because sitting across the table was Vinita Singh, founder of Sugar Cosmetics. Not just a shark, but a direct competitor. The packaging was mocked. The positioning was dismissed. One by one, the sharks walked out. Not because the business was broken, but because the table was tangled with conflicts, comfort, and unspoken loyalties. Then the founders shared the numbers. $1.8 million in revenue last year, over $13 million in current one. The room went silent. And still, there was no deal. But something far bigger was about to happen. When the episode aired, India discovered Recode. The rejection turned into free marketing. Curiosity turned into demand. And demand turned into scale. By 2024, Recode was doing nearly $40 million in annual revenue, selling through 250 plus retail stores with a valuation of around $29 million. Recode showed that business results speak louder than doubts. And while some founders are doubted, others are told that their dream itself is the problem. That brings us to Ganesh Balakrishnan, founder of Flatheads. Flatheads weren't chasing hype. It was building comfortable footwear from natural materials. But on Shark Tank, everything went wrong. The company had already raised capital and burned through it. Losses were piling up. A co-founder had walked away. And when Ganesh spoke about expanding overseas, the sharks turned impatient. This time, the sharks didn't just reject the deal. They told him to shut the business down. Ganesh broke down on camera and agreed to shut Flatheads. But when the episode aired, orders flooded the website and the entire inventory got sold out. For the first time, Flatheads had real cash in hand. Ganesh listened to the feedback, fixed the mistakes, and relaunched. By 2024, Flatheads was doing around $1.1 million in annual revenue. And soon after the brand was acquired, Flatheads proved that sometimes rejection isn't the end, it's the relaunch. But some founders don't just hear, this won't work. They are told their entire life choice is a mistake. And that brings us to Falhari. It wasn't doing anything fancy, just selling fresh fruit bowls. But inside the Shark Tank, simplicity was treated like stupidity. What problem are you solving? This business is useless. Shut it down. You're wasting your life. The founders were humiliated on national TV. For most people, that would have been the end. But Falhari chose a different path. No public arguments, no sympathy campaigns. They went quiet, listed on Swiggy and Zomato, and let customers decide. Today, Falhari runs profitably, earning around $850,000 to $900,000 a year. The business once called pointless now feeds thousands every month because execution doesn't need approval. Shark Tank is just a stage. Some founders walk out with checks, others walk out with scars. But scars don't decide your future, your response does. Because when the cameras turn off, the real game begins. So, if these stories resonate with you, share them. And if you're building something of your own, but looking for the right funding support, Exit Fund is here to help you take the next step. Learn more at exitfund.com.